Aloha, friends. This is Tutu Signs. I am here with my book, The 8-Step Path to Creating a Food Forest. And I just got back from being out in the garden, and I was doing a bunch of things that we normally do in summertime. And I thought it would be fun to review this part of the book. It's called Sustainable Harvesting and Annual Cycles. So it has a part that shows you what to do in every season. So I wanted to review it for myself, and I thought, well, I'll just share this same information with all of you. Here's what we food foresters are doing in the summertime. Okay, so it does say here about how I enjoy the journey and the physical work involved in food foresting, and it's a beneficial body workout. When you manage mulch, plant trees, prune, water, and harvest abundance, you get exercise, fresh oxygenated air, and nourishing living snacks, which I did. I was eating fruit from the garden, and you can relax and enjoy yourself as you work out in your food forest. Health retreat. Listen to the songs of birds and your favorite music or podcasts. Enjoy being in the company of your fellow food forest dwellers, which is the birds, the butterflies, the little crawly creatures on the soil. You can meditate, sing, and breathe deeply. So we still, throughout each season, we enjoy observing and learning new things from the food forest. And for me, I personally feel so thankful to live here because it enriches my mind, soul, body, finances, and taste buds. So I suggest replacing your exercise routine with creating your food forest, which will provide you with exercise and health for life. Okay. So it usually it takes certain times of the year, or certain projects could take you maybe a couple hours, but usually it's like between 1 and 2 hours a day being out in nature, or some days not at all. You don't have to do anything on certain days. You can just go out there and enjoy being in the beauty of it all. But so here is how the annual cycle goes. And it starts when you prune overgrowth to keep trees and bushes healthy and in shape, or remove unwanted volunteer plants. So that's what I was out doing today. I was trimming down some very tall fennel so that a peach tree in the shade of that fennel could get more sun. So, and then what I will do is return those trimmings to the forest floor by mulch by passing over them with our lawnmower. And I could put the pile of trimmings like the stems through a wood chipper. I have a small, like, home-sized wood chipper. And those will go back on the forest floor as mulch. So they return in the cycle. And later on in the year, we'll be sowing new seeds and planting new plants. But for now, the weather's hot and dry. We water as needed. And of course, as we water, we are fertilizing for free because the water is passing through the mulch layer and down into the soil. And it's like a compost tea as the water trickles down through the mulch. And another thing we're doing in this time of the year is gathering the harvests of food and new seeds as they ripen. I've been gathering pigeon peas lately and made a lovely bowl of food with those. So that was fun. So here in summer, the book tells you, let's put it right here. This is summer. Down here, it says water plants as needed, harvest, chop and drop, and maintain the mulch at 1 inch thick. Prune. And it says fertilize if needed, but like I've said, we may, like, if we have some little plants that are just getting started out, we can make a little fertilizer blend for them, but most of the plants that are in the soil that are part of the food forest, not little potted plants, they are getting their fertilizer from our soil. So since we are talking about pruning, this is annual cycle step 1. You could come into any old garden and see it probably needs pruning. So that could be one of the first things that you're going to do, is start to prune things. And so you prune to shape your tree the way you like it. An umbrella, a canopy, a hedge, like an espalier, or a vase. Or just cut off branches that are impeding your path through the yard. And then one of the most important things about pruning too is remove dead, damaged, or diseased branches. Sometimes you'll see a branch on a tree where there's no leaves on it and you can feel it's just dead. You're going to want to clip that off or saw it off. I also got a new battery powered hand chainsaw that I love. It's super fun, but you have to be very careful with it. You know, wear your gloves and your be smart, aware of what you're doing, because it's a powerful tool. But I also use loppers and little pruning saws. Okay, so I wanted to show you a little bit. I'm in the book, I have these pictures about how to do pruning, how to prune fruit trees, and how to make the cuts. And I'll show you the book that I learned this from. This book was recommended to me by an old gardener. It's called How to Prune Trees by R. Stanford Martin. And this is a big fun part of food forestry. So he shows you, let's see, I think he has some basic things here. He shows you each specific tree, like how to prune the almond tree, how to prune the apple tree. But he did have some, I thought, all around pictures that would help in general. Like here is like if you're wanting to espalier a vine along a wall. Here's the peach and nectarine. So he's showing to cut 1-year-old twig. The best fruit producing buds are 1-year-old twigs. So he shows how to prune those off. He shows all the different types. But here in my book, I picked out 3 different types of pruning. There's crown thinning, crown reduction, or crown raising. Okay, so crown raising is where you're pruning down these branches that are growing too low. So you want to be able to walk underneath them. So that's raising up the crown. This is like lowering the crown here where he's pruning off the higher things. And we found that worked really well on our pecan tree when we pruned off the top parts and we left branches that were growing more laterally. The tree got wider, healthier, and we got more of the pecans within reach. And then there's also crown thinning, where you're just thinning out heavily crossed branches. So there's also videos online that show you how to do pruning, and I can put a link to one from Paul Gautschi. He's one of my favorites, from the Back to Eden garden, and he shows how to use the pruners carefully. And one of the things that he shows, it's so interesting, he shows that God made a line cut on the line. So in this one right here, there's a little bit of a line you can see where the branch comes out, and you cut on the line, or saw on the line. So You want to have your pruners clean. I oftentimes I'll use fresh lemon on mine because it has the lemon oil, and also it's kills any microbes, and the oil lubricates it. You could also use a part bleach to 10 parts of water. So your pruning tools should be sharp and sterile and allow clean, smooth cutting and prevent spreading disease. You don't want to like tear and break and strip down the bark. That kind of stuff can really damage your trees. So, and it's just as easy to do it right as it is to do it wrong. So to avoid accidentally tearing the tree's bark or injuring the trunk when pruning off heavy branches, you can make a first cut that extends about halfway through the underside of the limb, several inches out from the planned final cut location. So first you're going to start on the bottom of the limb. Then next make a second cut on the top, a few inches beyond the first cut, until the bulk of the limb falls off. So he shows you how to do that. And then you make the final cut right on against the trunk. But in order to prevent the breaking and tearing, you're going to start on the bottom of let me show you, like, say, here's the branch, and then my hand's the tree. Cut a little bit along the bottom first, and then cut the rest of the branch off, like right here. Boom. And then you cut finally along the line there, right along the line that you'll see on the tree when you look. Okay, so that is about pruning and the benefits of pruning. It boosts the tree's metabolism to work at peak efficiency, stimulating the production of organic material and eliminating the need for input from outside sources like fertilizers, because it stimulates the tree. The organic material obtained from pruning becomes the fertilizer for the system when chopped and applied as sheet mulch. So this process imitates natural forest dynamics as the natural succession of dead material. And dead things are what all living things need to feed on. And then when they poop it out, that's what we call fertilizer. And because it brings it down to its like more basic elemental form after we digest it. So it's a beautiful system. So pruning also makes plants increase their root growth, which stimulates new mycorrhizal growth underground. The mycorrhizal network is the network of fungi that help bring nutrients back and forth between trees and plants. And they also take sunlight energy from the plants and receive that. So it's a beneficial relationship for the trees and plants to have the fungi in the soil. That's why we carefully protect our soil, cover it with mulch to protect the fungi. Okay, so what else? What other benefits of pruning? It induces plants to grow and strengthens their symbiotic relationships with soil dwellers and fertilizes the field. Increases the photosynthesis rate of plants, which increases the sequestered carbon, utilizes more sunshine, and cools the environment. So pruning works with the engine that runs the planet, supporting life. Pruning changes everything. As we apply our intelligent action to benefit the plants, we speed up nature's timeline. Instead of waiting for a branch to fall, we remove it. Instead of waiting for that branch to decompose, we burn it or chip it up and apply it to the soil as mulch, where it decomposes more quickly. Many sources teach pruning methods online. For example, I will put a link to a video, How to Prune Fruit Trees, featuring Paul Gautschi, the inspiration for the Back to Eden film. He is a professional arborist who has cared for his apple orchard for 30 years. He simplifies the art and science of pruning trees. So that is the annual cycle step 1, which we do in the summertime. So I'm going to skip over here to what we do in each season. Let's see. So we would return the trimmings to the forest floor as mulch. Shoot, I should have saved a place for this. But basically in summertime, we're going to be doing some pruning. We're going to be doing some watering. We're going to be doing some harvesting. And also, I'd like to recommend that you do that early in the morning or in the afternoon, because in the summertime, it gets so hot. Okay, so I just wanted to share that little bit from the 8-Step Path to Creating a Food Forest, this book that I compiled for many years. This was like the second book. The first book I have right here, which is Our Path to Infinite Abundance, Introduction to Food Forests. This book is a very fun, lighthearted, joyful, uplifting book full of good news that we do live on a planet of infinite abundance. So this is a very fun and easy read. And then this one is like your guidebook as a food forester to get you through the days and seasons and help remind you. I did originally write it for myself because I didn't want to forget anything that I wrote down. So, and then I was like, I just kept writing and writing and writing. And then it became books. So I hope you're having a wonderful summer. I hope that you will go out and work in your food forest and feel great and enjoy the birds singing and eat some great fresh produce. And thank you for watching this video. I wanted to also let you know that I have this, the book, The 8-Step Path to Infinite Abundance. Our Path to Infinite Abundance is available as a free PDF on my website at foodforestuniversity.com, and I'll leave a link below. And you can join Food Forest University. It's an online school. It's completely free. You just have to enroll with your email, and then you'll have access to the lessons in this book, The 8-Step Path to Creating a Food Forest. And you'll have access to some of the other things I teach, like how to make eco-enzyme. So I only use eco-enzyme to wash our laundry, and I use the laundry water out in our yard. How to make hair coloring. Like, I haven't used shampoo or conditioner or hair coloring that you buy at the store in many years. I always make my own, and that's fun and really healthy and free. And there's a few other classes about drying herbs, and I forget what else. There's several classes in there that you can learn things about food forest lifestyle as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and please leave a comment below, or if you have any questions, go ahead and please put them in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate that. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, and you'll get notified when I put out a new video. Yeah, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and I will get back with you on another video from the book, The 8-Step Path to Creating a Food Forest. Okay, thanks for watching. Aloha.